Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Platinum Garage, and on today's episode I'm going to start a little bit of a new series. I'm just going to show you how to do some general maintenance items on 2002 to 2010 Ford Explorers, and the first video we're going to cover is an oil change. Now, this is all the stuff you're going to need for an oil change. You need a 16mm wrench, oil filter wrench, funnel, paper towels, 5W30 motor oil, a drain pan, and a piece of cardboard. Alright, so step one, we're going to get our cardboard with our drain pan. We're going to come underneath the Explorer, and we're going to go to the oil pan, which is right there. There's your drain bolt, 16mm. We're going to crack it loose. Now the engine has been sitting all night. All the oil is in the pan, which is nice. I don't like doing it hot because some of the oil gets stuck up in the head, and I like to drain as much out as I can. So I'm going to loosen this bolt, and we're going to let it drain. Alright, so with the oil at a slow drip, that's perfect. You're not going to get all of it out. We're going to put our drain bolt back in, and the torque spec on this is 15 foot-pounds. If you don't have a torque wrench, you can go snug and then a little bit more, and that's perfect. You don't want to over torque it and pull the threads out of the pan. Now, depending on where you got your oil changed last, the filter can be a real pain to take off. Sometimes they really Johnny Armstrong it. I don't know why. Should only be hand tight. So that's why we take our oil filter wrench, and you're going to go up through this hole right behind the mud flap. You fish it up through there like that. And then we get our pan underneath the oil filter because it holds fluid. I mean, it's really going to be hard for me to get footage of me taking off the oil filter, but if you come up behind the mud flap like this, you can get this oil filter wrench right up on this filter, and it fits perfectly, and then you'll be able to take it off. Make sure you have your drain bucket because these vertical filters, they hold fluid, and it's just going to come out like crazy. So get your drain bucket and lefty-loosey, get that filter out of there. Yep, here it went, right all over my hands. Perfect. Done. Okay, now with your oil filter off, this is a really good time to get your paper towels and clean that surface. You want to get that nice and clean. Make sure the old gasket isn't still stuck on, because sometimes cheaper filters, the gasket gets stuck. Just take paper towels and wipe it clean. And then down here, on this sway bar, oil builds up. Just take your paper towel, wipe it off, make it clean so it doesn't drip down onto your driveway. Okay, now next step, which is kind of debatable in the car community, but I always do it, is we are going to pre-fill our oil filter with clean oil before we put it on. Reason being, these 4 liters, the first couple of seconds, when you start it up after a new oil change, if you don't pre-fill the filter, the oil pump's got to go through the filter, out, and then into the engine, and those chains are just going to be rattling like crazy. So you just got to get the fins wet. We're going to put some oil in. Now, I'm sure some of you are thinking, SuperTech, really, dude? Come on. As a matter of fact, SuperTech is manufactured by the same company that makes Wix and Napa Gold filters. I've cut these filters open before, and they're very good quality. Trust me, they got the anti-drain back valve, they got everything. So for like $1.97, it's perfect. It's exactly what you need. So I'm gonna pre-fill this filter. Get your oil filter up, hold it nice and steady. You don't want any oil spilling. And very slowly, I go like this. Thread it on, thread it back a little bit. Thread it more, thread it back. And it just cleans up the threads, and it makes sure you aren't cross-threading it, because that's another nightmare. So look at that. Hand tight, grab it, a little bit more, just like that. That's all you need. Done. So now everything under the vehicle is done, and we just got to fill her up. It's as simple as that. Done. What'd that take? 15 minutes? If that. So simple, guys. If I can do it, so can you. I mean, come on, 16mm wrench, oil filter wrench, 5 quarts of clean oil, a funnel, and a drain pan, and a new filter. That's it. So quit going to these places charging $35 for conventional oil when you can get a $2 filter, $13 oil, 15 bucks, and you do it yourself. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was some terrible footage. I really can't show you much when I'm underneath the vehicle, but if you guys learned something, let me know. Thanks.